Chargers, first team to open preseason training camp tomorrow.
Wow.
Jim Harbaugh, debut. Chargers move into their 150,000 square foot practice facility, El Segundo. It's really state-of-the-art. And this is something Hispanos had to pay for. Nobody gave him any money for the first time in his life. He had to float alone to make this happen, but it's supposed to be a phenomenal state-of-the-art facility. So Harbaugh, with all of his offseason speeches after he got hired from the University of Michigan, now we look at the roster and we find out what they're really like on the field, and this is going to be a bit of a challenge. This coach is a proven commodity. His quarterback, Justin Herbert, is a proven commodity. The question is, does he have enough at all the other critical positions? And that's what the next 7 weeks are going to be about for the Chargers. Do they have the right running backs to replace the do-everything Austin Eckler? Can they replace the 100-reception guys? It'll be a different receiving core because there is no Keenan Allen, there is no Mike Williams. I like their offensive front. They have 3 number-1 draft picks, and they move Trey Pipkins inside the offensive guard, where I think that big, wide body is going to do well. Got to prove a little bit about whether or not they can stop the run defensively, because it's all new defensive tackles, and they do have the perimeter rush guys. There's no doubt that you got Bosa, and you got Khalil Mack, and you got the kid Tuipulotu from USC, who had a very good rookie season. Very different secondary. The question is, can they be tough guys defensively? And they're replacing a bunch of people in the interior of that defensive front. So I'm fascinated to see what the bolts are going to be. It's easy for me to say, love Harbaugh, great respect for Justin Herbert, but you need a 53-man roster, and I just don't know that the Chargers have enough of the right guys at this point to be a playoff team. Please don't mention to me Super Bowl. That's absurd in a very, very tough division. So a lot of things that they got to get answers to, questions that start tomorrow, first day in the facility and on the practice field for Jim Harbaugh and the Bolts. And John Riley says,
I don't know what the heck to make of the Chargers yet. It's still such a mystery, but I'm just going back to Harbaugh and kind of his scheme, his brand. Should we expect the ratio of run pass to change this coming year than it's been in the past?
They're going to try. That's why they drafted Joe Alt. That's why they have 3 number 1s in the front. That's why they have blocking tight ends and jumbo packages and all that. And they got tough guy running back Gus Edwards, but he's got a lot of miles on him, and he's coming off a knee situation in Baltimore. And he doesn't have a history of staying healthy during the course of the season. They do have J.K. Dobbins. They got the young running back Isaiah Spiller behind him. So this will be fascinating to see if they, from a roster standpoint, John, are a complete football team. I don't think they are right now. Now, I do think they'll run it some. I think they'll better pass protect Herbert. But then that spins to the next question. Can you tell me who your star wide receiver is? I like Joshua Palmer, big 6'5" kid, tough guy, catches balls, but he's been dinged. I don't know what to make of Quentin Johnston, the high number 1 draft pick, who dropped more passes last year, just like he dropped passes at TCU. I'm going to be fascinated to see J.D. Chalk, who came from Carolina as a free agent. Guy has a track record of big yardage plays, but he hasn't stayed on the field consistently. Those are your top receivers. There is no Pro Bowler there. So we'll have to see how quickly the group that's supposed to catch balls from Herbert works. And can they run the ball with the consistency they need to allow Herbert to be a great, great quarterback? And I happen to think he's a really fine quarterback. So, and the other side, when the other guys got the ball, you're going to stop them because they haven't stopped them in years.
Right.
Big issue. So that's the Charger story.